Uh, Today I want um, talk about the human tendency to cult. Um, the system that is um, an organization, satanic, that is a mafia organization. Um, so is not humankind, is against human, is um, anti-nature. They do everything on the opposite. So everything comes through what comes through from the system is why is the opposite to the truth. So everything they do is to keep us in ignorance, manipulators. So um, the brainwashing is constant, and that is like an illusion trick. Um, as I mentioned in the last video, um, politics um, made one of those tricks, and many people watching that video believe in that shit. As usually, everything they do is to be believed. And so people are lead to a situation that is um, um, they try to put things in a way people live confused, and that is what sometimes we can heard something like the spell. Well, um, as I said before, there are two things that we need to consider. That is where this power develops, and in the truth, we need to understand to develop our system. That is, two things that must be separated. That is, the spirituality, which is an individual matter, and politics, that is a social matter. Things cannot be mistaken, cannot cannot mix. It's impossible. Those are completely different things. Has to do with different things. And so, um, people are lead with tricks like moral. You see, the manipulation, speculation, always. Uh, they use tricks to confuse people, like um, tolerance. They say, I already told this. They say things like, instead, that was what that is what you should understand. That is, toleration is a concept that you need to use uh, to put things clear, like uh, something you need to consider in order to understand if you should or not tolerate. See, you need to do the exercise because things are what they are. So, or are right or are wrong. That is not a matter of moral, like mathematics. Things are what things are. So, but they confuse people and lead people to uh, live in zero, in ignorance. Like, be be tolerant. Be. See, this is pure manipulation, and so people are led to live in no way. Well, always in a way like uh, people are led to cultivate something that uh, which may identify themselves, resonate with that, and so um, adopt as something that consists in their identification. You see, it's the cult. So people are always need to live divided, and or in the idea of the self, that is more than one concept, like the higher self, things like that. People are always in some situation, and so um, we live in a moment uh, uh, very complicated, and so people are led to live um, or in the system or try to live out of the system, but in like again separate, divided in groups. Uh, like the situation of the cult, uh, with the idea of tribe or something like that, community, you see, uh, always in that situation. It's sad. People don't understand that they live stick with the problem, so they are part of the problem, that is the belief state. They don't open their mind to analyze things, to try to understand things. They always measure things with the rule they have, thinking that is the right rule. So this is what the system does to people. There are many signs that people can't read. Like, for instance, the that symbol that is like the cross. They call the symbol of peace. It's the cross inverted. That is Antichrist. It's only one more symbol of Antichrist. That's it. People are led to think one thing, but the truth is always another thing. And so, again, you need to understand what is about individual interests and what is about social interests, that are completely different things. You need to understand that we need rules, like in language, to understand each other. We need to have ways, so the language, ways to get there. You see? So, the rules are made to be applied to those who have the situation, the proper situation. Like, I think I mentioned in the other video, like in driving a car, you need to have the license, and so you need to learn whatever it is needed to. So then the law will be applied to you. You need to obey the rules. So here, the obey, because is the duty, you see, the duty around the rules. The rules are made to apply to you because you are using that rights. So you have that duties. You see, it's so simple as that. So this has to do to the individual. The law is applied to the individual, because is who has the rights and the duties. See, this is the individual. But then there are the other, that is, who make the rules, who need to be aware things to realize if the rules are right or wrong, if there is some need to change some rule. You see, that is the citizen condition, the duty of the citizen. You see, the nature of citizen is above the law, is not the individual, has nothing to do to individual, but to do with social interest. So the citizen is the one who has the duty to defend the social interest. That is not about the individual, but everybody. The children, elders, and so on. Everything, everybody and everything. Nature, you see. The citizen is the one that has the duty to take care of everything. You see, this is something you need to understand. So this is not a matter to cult, to be part of some shit. So be aware. We need to, with the situation, we need to turn our backs to the system and create our system. And then, doesn't matter how many groups of people, you see, we need to create. Try to understand this. If we then won't have internet and other things, we need to organize ourselves in another way. So we need to create groups, okay. Above that, the group has to be another thing, that is the common interests of human being, that is global interests. So we need to get always connect to everybody. So the group is a matter of local interests. Local interests. Not a matter of identification. We can use a language. Okay, it's a tool we need, and we can have many around the world, but we need also to communicate with everybody. So we need always, maybe not one, but more than one. We need to communicate, to connect with everybody. So, you see, Um, I hope again this help, and please um, join the community Imiwi social path. There is no other way. Social path is our way. Once more, stay well. Till next one.